Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Nac Edition. I'm Blake Neubauer, and today we'll be discussing topics like Thanksgiving safety protocols, holiday travel trends, new Texas hunting laws, and much, much more, right here on Nac Edition. As Thanksgiving approaches, safety is a top priority as it's the most fire-prone day of the year according to the National Fire Protection Association. When preparing your meal, make sure to sanitize your kitchen area. Meanwhile, when cooking, make sure to keep an eye on your food, and if you need to leave the kitchen, don't forget to set a timer. Lastly, check the temperature of your meals when cooking and reheating the food to avoid food poisoning. Following these simple steps can improve you and your family's safety during this holiday season. The SFA women's soccer team's remarkable 2024 season has come to an end. After clinching the Southland Conference Championship and earning a spot in the NCAA tournament, the Lady Jacks faced a tough opponent in TCU last Friday. Despite a hard-fought game, the Lady Jacks were unable to come away with the win, bringing their season to a close. But this year was still one for the record books. The team showed incredible resilience, skill, and determination all season long. Their conference title marked a return to the top after nearly a decade and brought pride to the SFA community. While the loss was disappointing, it doesn't diminish everything that they've accomplished. This season is a reminder of what's possible when talent and teamwork come together. The future is bright for the Lady Jacks, and we can't wait to see what they achieve next. Congratulations again on an amazing season. With Thanksgiving approaching quickly, many are eagerly making plans to gather with family and friends. Whether it's a short drive or a cross-country flight, travel experts predict a busy season on the roads and in the skies. The best days to travel are Saturday, November 23rd, Monday, November 25th, and the Thanksgiving holiday itself. Thanksgiving Day is actually the lowest traffic travel day of the holiday period. Conversely, the two worst days to fly around Thanksgiving are the day before the holiday and the Sunday after. The Black Lumberjack Alumni Chapter celebrated the 60th anniversary of the first Black graduate from SFA, as well as honoring Bob Williams, as he received the Distinguished Alumni Award at this year's ceremony. Some of the founders of Black SFA took the time to sit down with us and say this about the chapter and SFA.
So our mission for Black SFA is to support our students, connect alumni, provide scholarships for students, and then also just create a network of Black alumni to grow within the culture of SFA. Through membership, dollars are given back to the scholarship that we support to the students that go to SFA. I am Bobby Williams. Tonight I was honored to receive the Distinguished Alumni Award for Truman. I came here in '65 and we were kind of rocking along, and then Dr. King got assassinated in '68, and it changed the complexity of everything. A core group of us pretty much started dedicating our lives to making things better on campus and in the city. Our biggest thing is for us to preserve the culture of the arts, our experience as being there, and the things that we accomplished through all the ups and downs. So that's the biggest thing about being able to celebrate the people who kind of set that path for us to be able to grow and be able to come more, and be able to create the experience that each one of us had while attending the university.
Next up, we're taking you inside Nacogdoches Hope, a food pantry that's committed to serving our community. From dedicated volunteers to generous donations, we'll show you how they're making a real difference. For families facing food insecurity, discover the heart, hard work, and hope that fuels this mission and how it supports so many in need.
With Thanksgiving coming up, more families are needing help with food. Nacogdoches Hope is working hard to make sure people have enough to eat. As the holiday season gets closer, the need for food and support is still growing.
My name is Deidre Harrison, and I'm a volunteer, and then I'm also the president of the board of directors for Hope. Okay, so when they come into the pantry, we pretty much give out everything here to the folks. On Thursdays, if there's food left over, we add them to the produce boxes outside. I would love to have volunteers. We need volunteers. You can come in comfortable clothes, tennis shoes. It is a family here, and we have a lot of volunteers who've been here for a long time, and they keep coming back, and we love our clients, and now we have a good relationship with those folks. And our big thing is to treat everybody with dignity and respect, no matter the circumstances, and that's huge for us.
Pantries like Nacogdoches Hope are key to helping communities fight hunger. As more people ask for help, the need for support grows. Everyone can make a difference, whether it's by donating, volunteering, or just spreading the word in our local Nacogdoches.
With hunting season just now rolling around, it's a new year. That means that there's new Texas hunting rules. From updated boundaries to new requirements, here's what to know before heading out.
As hunting season kicks off, safety is at the forefront of every hunter's mind. I spoke with Sam Harrison, assistant manager at Meadow Ridge Outdoors, getting his insights on hunter safety across Texas.
There's a few different ways to learn the regulations for public land and for private land. Some parts of Texas, there is different seasons for public land and private land and different firearm regulations. So with hunting on public land, there is certain areas of public land in East Texas, all over the country really, where you do have to wear a piece of hunter orange clothing. It is bright orange, whether it be a vest or a hat. That is to ensure your safety and other hunters' safety to be able to see people in the woods. To ensure that you are safe with your firearm or your bow, for that matter, you need to practice. You need to be familiar with your firearm. There are many different seasons for animals in Texas, whether it be dove, turkey, quail, pheasant, deer, ducks, whatever it be that you are hunting. You need to make sure to get on Texas Parks and Wildlife, get on their website, or download the My Outdoor app, the Texas Parks and Wildlife app, and check your seasons.
East Texas hunters, stay safe and informed this season with Meadow Ridge Outdoors.
Good news, transfer students. SFA has increased the number of transferable credit hours to 90, a number among Texas's highest limits. The change was brought about by the school's ongoing efforts to make the transfer process easier for students and ensure that you will graduate on time without needing to retake classes or forfeit credit hours. SFA states that this decision will make the university a more appealing option for those coming in from other schools in the coming years. Don't go anywhere. Right here on Nac Edition is my favorite interviewer, Carl John Watson, will be talking with Lenola Wyatt, Associate Professor of the School of Social Work, about their Living on the Edge poverty simulation and some other work that the program has done here at SFA, right here on Nac Edition.
The SFA School of Social Work hosts an annual poverty simulator to show the economic challenges that a family faces during a month. The idea of the poverty simulator started as early as 2017. Visitors get placed in real-life scenarios to accurately get an image of what economic struggle is and what real struggle feels like. So in the studio today, we specifically have, as Blake said, Lenola Wyatt, well, Miss Wyatt, I'm sorry, and Miss Gabriella, a student that overled the entire poverty simulator. How are you both doing today?
We're fine, doing fine.
Doing good.
So I have my first question. The actual the Angelina Coalition sent the idea here, correct? Well, you asked for the idea first, and then decided to actually act on it for the community of Nacogdoches and the students to actually get an idea of what a poverty simulator is and how it can help the community. So can you expand on that? I
sure can, CJ. It's okay, I call you CJ.
Oh, of course.
Okay. Yes, several years ago, I met Sharon Crook, who is the executive director of the coalition in Angelina County. And at that time, they had purchased the poverty simulation from the Missouri Community Action. And it's about a $3,000 kit. And she bought that because she wanted to bring that simulation to the community to make sure that, or to ensure that people who may not have empathy or who may not understand what the struggles are day-to-day living on the edge. And so I knew she had that simulation. So I teach the multicultural class in the Introduction to Social Work class. And I thought it would be a good learning experience for my students to actually plan that simulation and to experience that simulation. So I called Sharon up and say, hey, can we do this? And she said, Lenola, you find the place and I'll be there. So that's how that started.
Yes, ma'am. And Miss Gabriella, you actually were a leader in the simulation, and you're in the multicultural class, correct?
Correct. Yes.
So what did it feel like actually bringing the simulation to SFA?
Well, it was a brand new experience for us because I have never done it before. But we had to set up, we had to get volunteers from the community, we had to go out there and talk to them and let them know about social work and what we were doing to be able to engage with the community. But everything.
We
was
talked
great.
before that one of the bigger things you want to highlight with the simulator was the community of Nacogdoches. The poverty rate in Nacogdoches, the city, is 30.9%, and the entire U.S. at 11%. So how do you believe that the simulator, well, both of you, how do you believe the simulator highlighted that fact?
Well, in the simulation, there are different types of families. You have maybe a single family. You may have a single parent family, a grandparent that's raising grandchildren. So there were just different types of families, and families who may not be at the federal poverty level, but who are just living on the edge of poverty. And it only takes a single paycheck to miss a paycheck, or to miss your job because you don't have transportation. You might get fired before you go over to that side of really being in deep poverty and deep debt. So we were hoping that we could bring this simulation, number one, for the students, and then for the community, for some of those who were unfamiliar with the struggles and the challenges that people with limited resources have to go through on a daily basis.
Yes, ma'am. And same question to you, Ms. Gabriella, but could you go more into detail on what people were experiencing when they went through the simulator, what the changes or things they may have noticed when they went through the simulator?
Well, as myself, I had to be a 7-year-old child. I had to, role play the part of being a child. I saw the struggle of the grandparents because I was living with my grandparents, and one of them lost their job and the other one had to go to work. And it was kind of difficult, to see the hours that they would have to leave. And then there was many issues that came up from the simulation. We had to be dropped off at school. Who was going to be picking us up? The parent that had the job had to be at work. So how would they, we're going to be leaving work and go picking us up. So had to be there waiting for hours for the parent to come pick us up. And there was other difficulties that arose. The Social Security check was not coming in at the time that it was supposed to come in. I did see a lot of confused clients and people that were didn't know how to handle the situation. So I saw a little bit of stress kick in, even though, we were role playing, you could still feel that.
Feel the impact.
Yes.
So we also talked outside that you had maybe so many people from the community and students to actually come in, that you had people outside that were just more viewing the actual simulator. How do you think they felt?
I think when we had students and then some community members who were viewing, who were actually there. We had so many people that we didn't even have the space to put them in the simulation. But I think when they saw the struggle and the chaos and the busyness, we made the room small on purpose because we needed to create an atmosphere of uncomfortableness, if that's a word, and to let people see that at the Social Security office, you don't have a big, long, wide space to be there. Sometimes it's packed.
Right.
If you're going somewhere, maybe to the food bank, it's packed. There's no big space. So we wanted to create that environment that it is a hectic environment and it's a tense environment. And so I think once we did our debriefing, many of those members were very surprised at the actual feelings that this simulation evoked with them.
And that's perfect. I wanted to actually talk about the debriefing at the end, and because I read that it's more where everyone comes in and they evaluate together and personal experiences or things they didn't know. How do you think the community felt when they had the actual debriefing? Ms. Gabriella.
Well, I have heard a lot of words like sad. Some of them felt unqualified because There was actual people that served as a role, like for example, a community member that was a social worker or a management person. When she saw the need of the other person, she felt unqualified to be able to give those services. So she kind of felt frustrated. And I've heard like it was shocking and humbling, to see the other side.
And CJ, just to add to that real quickly, there was one of the responses where the participants had gone to an agency to get transportation passes. They were out of transportation passes. But there was another organization, two organizations, that had transportation passes. But this organization didn't know that to tell them and to refer them to the other two organizations. So what brought that out was that there's a lot of organizations in the community, but we don't know what each other do. And that if we knew more about the services that were provided, then we could refer people to the appropriate places when we were out of resources. So that was a aha moment for some of the participants.
And now we also talked about the complications that brought up bringing the actual simulator to SFA. So with the Senate Bill 17, how complicated would you say it was to bring the simulation to SFA?
It wasn't a complicated thing. We just had to go through the process. I teach the multicultural class, so I do have a little bit of leeway as to the type of events and programs that I can expose my students through, but I still have to get approval through my supervisor, Dr. Morris, and then the director of the program, Dr. Avan.
Yes, ma'am.
And then they have to take it up the ladder and get our lawyer to look at it and make sure everything is appropriate and that everything conforms to Senate Bill 17. So once they get that, they shoot it back down to us in an email that it's okay and it's appropriate.
Yes, ma'am. Well, thank you so much for coming, both of you. I want to say that this was probably one of the best interviews I've ever had, and I've learned a lot. Thank you so much. So for all our guests back home, coming in our next segment, in the spirit of the holidays, we went out and asked lumberjacks about their favorite Thanksgiving traditions and the things or people that they are grateful for this year. Stay tuned for more on Nac Edition.
The 2024 holiday season is approaching. With that comes old and new traditions. We decided to go around campus and ask lumberjacks what their favorite Thanksgiving traditions are and who they're thankful for this holiday season. Let's take a look to see what they had to say.
Hi, my name is Emma Patterson. I'm here with SFA TV2, and we're going to ask our Jacks all about Thanksgiving. What's your favorite Thanksgiving tradition and why?
I really enjoy going to Dallas and visiting my sister up there because my nephew's there and I love him so much.
With my siblings, we usually play a lot of board games during Thanksgiving, and so since all of us are basically in college, some of us doing our adult life stuff, it's fun to get back together and play all those games and just talk about what's been happening.
Thanksgiving dinner. I love food and I love hanging out with my family.
It's getting together with all my family. We all go to my grandmother's and people from out of town come in, so it's just a big group.
The dog show that comes on after the parade. My family cannot have lunch until that dog show is over and we know who's won. And every year we root for the bigger dogs, and every year it's the toy dogs.
Having turkey with my family, and me and my mom usually cook it together, so it's super fun. And I love having family time with her.
It's going with family and just spending time with my family. And it's because, I don't know, I just like being with them and they make me feel at home.
Ooh, I would say the food. I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory, but I love me some food.
What do you eat at Thanksgiving?
Dressing, mac and cheese, turkey, of course, ham, all the usual.
Anything interesting?
Ooh, I love me a good cornbread casserole. Yeah.
Never had that.
It's good.
I would definitely say Black Friday because it's always really good to go to either Academy or Walmart and see what wonderful discounts they got going on.
Cooking with my family. I'm the one who prepares the menu and I tell my mom exactly what I want on it, and then we wake up and I'm director of the kitchen because I don't get to do that here. We have a very small kitchen, so I get to go home and boss people around and make what I want to make, and that's the best part about my Thanksgiving.
When everybody just comes over and you don't get to see all your family all at once. So it's the one time of year where like you get to just see everybody at once, and then like they're all like talking, and like it's just nice to be with everybody.
Watching the Dallas Cowboys play, and my favorite part is the halftime because they always bring on someone fun to perform, and I like watching the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders.
That is very true. It's an iconic performance, and no one really talks about that. And they had Dolly recently.
Yes.
Yeah, loved it. What is something unique about your Thanksgiving?
Something new, unique about mine is that actually this is my first year I'm going to be spending it at her house, so it's get to experience a whole bunch of different traditions. So.
That's really exciting. Is there anything you're most looking forward to?
Having him at my Thanksgiving.
My Thanksgiving? The amount of food I eat. A lot of food.
A lot of food? Like
Yeah.
more than other people, you think?
Probably.
About how many plates would you say?
That I go back and get?
Mhm.
Like 5 or 6.
5 or 6.
Yeah. It's the time of
Wow.
the year where I really got to indulge.
I guess something unique is that I'm going to Indiana to go see my godmother that I haven't seen since I graduated high school, and that was 6 years ago. So, yeah, I'm pretty excited about that.
Probably the large amount of food. Maybe not unique, but it's definitely something that happens every year. I'm excited to pig out and eat for a couple hours this Thanksgiving.
What are you most grateful for?
I am most grateful for having my family here at SFA. I'm on the dance team, so having my friends and an amazing coach, an amazing team makes my heart super happy, so I'm super thankful for them.
For my family and friends, they're always there for me when I need them most, and I just love them so much.
My family. My family.
Most grateful for the opportunities that I've gotten, being here and almost to my degree, so once I get that.
Just getting to sit down, just be around family in general, because I'm very much a family-oriented person, and to just be around the presence of other family, especially when people come in from out of town to just come and see you. It feels like really nice to be all close together.
I'm really grateful for my whole family. My cousins and all them always come down for Thanksgiving, so it's a really great opportunity to be able to see them after a whole year of not seeing them.
I am most thankful for my parents. They have supported me through college and my whole life, and I could not ask for better parents.
What am I most grateful for? I'm most grateful for, again, just a loving community of friends and family, and the opportunities that have lined up, and the people around.
I think it has to be my family and my dogs because I don't get to see any of them while I'm here. I actually haven't gone home once this semester, which is new for me, and this is my 5th semester here, and I miss my dogs a lot. So I'm excited to go home and see my little brother and play with my dogs and see my family and all of that.
Yeah, I love that because I miss my dogs too. Probably more than my people. Yeah.
Just a little bit. My husband is like a huge part of my life, obviously. He's my best friend, and he's just an amazing support system. So I'm really grateful for him.
Definitely my family. My grandma from Georgia is coming down next week, so I'm very grateful and very excited for that.
The smooth transition into like college and like making friends and like getting involved, and then also my family, and then just being able to find an organization where I still get to dance.
My family, Thanksgiving.
Okay, thank you.
Before we wrap up this episode of Nac Edition, earlier we discussed some safety tips. Well, really quick, we'd like to show you a video of what not to do while preparing your Thanksgiving meals. Please sit back and enjoy.
Watch that video now. Oh yeah. Well, we got a little problem there. Slice.
Uh-oh.
There, that's why I didn't do that earlier.
Thank you for joining us this week. As you prepare to celebrate the holidays with your family and friends, remember to be careful and take proper precautions while making your meals, and have safe travels. Happy Thanksgiving, and we'll see you next time, right here on Nac Edition.